In the late 90s, Iyanla Vanzant shook up our world with her no-nonsense, straight-shooting advice.
When you see crazy coming, cross the street. I don't have to be SOS, stuck on stupid. Save yourself. Save yourself. Come on. Save yourself, baby.
Save yourself. Save yourself.
Come on.
Iyanla traveled the globe, spreading her message of personal empowerment. She sold more than 8 million books, many of them bestsellers.
Don't ever say I'm broke. Say I am temporarily out of cash.
Iyanla's gift was her ability to uncover the source of people's pain.
Because what you draw to you is what you are.
But soon after the peak of her success, it all came crashing down. Her talk show failed, and her beloved young daughter, Jamia, passed away. Life left Iyanla broke and feeling broken. This once rising star had to start over.
Friday, you're making $1 million, and Monday, you're making nothing.
She did the work and rebuilt her life, piece by piece. Iyanla's here!
When you don't show up as who you are, people fall in love with who you're not.
Tweet that right now.
Tweet it to yourself.
Iyanla's back with us on Life Class, and better than ever.
Okay, define pain for us, Miss Iyanla.
Pay attention inward now.
Pay attention
inward now. Usually when we get a pain, it's something in here that's hurting, but we'll reach out here for something to calm it down. A pill, a drink, a cigarette, a man, a credit card, a new dress, or something. But pain, first of all, gets your attention.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Can people be in pain and don't know it?
They know it, they just call it something else.
Yeah.
They call it frustration, they call it horniness, they call it hunger. They call it...
Horniness is also pain.
Yes.
First lesson of the night. Horniness
No.
is also... Okay.
Why are you writing that down?
No,
Don't
I'm
write
just...
that down.
Go ahead.
So, it's beyond the physicality. There's something else going on that we need to pay attention to, because the pain is trying to get your attention.
You know, I said to you this last year, too, that quote, until you heal the wounds of your past, you will continue to bleed. Is it true that people are bleeding and they don't even know they're bleeding, though?
They are bleeding.
Because the fact that you said sex, cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, food, working, abuse, everything.
And looking outward.
And
saying,
looking outward.
If only I had this wouldn't hurt anymore, and then their quest becomes to get that thing.
Yeah.
So they don't understand that that's a form of bleeding. Or if only they would do this, then I wouldn't feel this. That's a form of bleeding. If only I could get this or stop this or lose that. It's all a form of bleeding. Bleeding simply means that your life force is leaking out, and it's not creating or producing any new life for you.
Okay, is it possible for everybody who has the pain to be able to stop it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Pain is not normal. It really isn't. Well, it may be normal. It's not natural.
It's not natural.
It's not natural.
Okay.
It's normal for us in this society to live in pain and to mask it, to call it something else. People will say, oh, don't feel like that. What the hell? I already feel like it. What do you mean, don't feel? Too late.
I told you you'd be laughing. Okay. Too late.
It's too late. I feel like this. What are you telling me? That is not helpful.
Okay.
For you to tell me. Or people say, oh, don't do that. That's not right. That's not nice. How you going to do that? So, you know, these are the ways that we talk our pain down. We mask it. And a friend of mine, Reverend Deborah L. Johnson, she put it this way. In order to heal the pain, you got to feel it, deal with it, and heal it. Feel, deal, heal. If you don't feel it, feel it from the core of your being.
Because some people are numb to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Drop your hands to the side. Remember, we did this in Life Class.
Yeah.
Call up the guilt, the shame, the fear, the insecurity, the inadequacy, huge inadequacy.
Yes.
That's the pain that people don't often talk about, you know, inadequacy. Call it up. Feel it. Feel it in your being. Be with it.
You know, I just came, I left South Carolina and came to St. Louis. I was interviewing in South Carolina this young girl who's going to be sentenced, named Shaquan Dooley, who's going to be sentenced on Friday. I just interviewed her and made me think of this. Yes. So nice y'all got to take back there. But the thing that she kept saying, you know, she did a horrible thing. She pleaded guilty to killing her 2 little boys, smothering them to death, she did, and then pretended that they drowned and put them in the car and drove into the river. So that interview is on Sunday night. But what struck me about her, because it's so easy when you're sitting there interviewing or talking to someone who has done something so horrific to be judgmental, but what struck me about it is that she was in pure pain.
You could see it, you could smell it.
And that the pain, her pain was depression, and I know lots of people around the world are listening and hearing us and watching right now who are depressed.
Yes.
And she kept saying over and over that she got into that state because she felt so inadequate. Inadequate.
It's not something we talk about, but it is huge, particularly among men.
Yeah. Men?
When a man can't provide, when a man can't protect, when a man can't do the things that men like to do, his core feeling that'll come up, what's natural, is inadequacy.
Wow.
Not good enough. For us as women, it becomes a value and worth issue.
And most likely that man isn't going to say, what I'm feeling, dear, is inadequacy.
Oh, good Lord, how do you feel this morning? Oh, totally inadequate, thank you. No, we don't even give our boys that kind of a language.
Yes.
But if he is feeling, he's got to feel it and be with it, so that he can then deal with where it came from in order to heal it, meaning restore, put himself back in wholeness.
Okay, so far we know. Feel, deal, heal. Our poll results are in. The question is, are you in any kind of mental or emotional, spiritual pain? Here are the results. And the results are 70s. Woo.
People are suffering. Oh, Oprah, that's why you did this. Did I need to remind you?
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know 77% of y'all was hurting. Yeah, you did say this. We had this conversation months ago, and you said people are hurting. They're in pain.
They're in pain, and a lot of them are suffering silently. A lot of them think they're alone in their suffering.
Okay, so you're not alone. 77% of the thousands we just polled said yes.
Inward Now.
Pay attention. Inward Now is trending worldwide. We invited 6 women from the Rockville Correctional Facility in Indiana to join in tonight's live class. Iyanla has a question for you all.
Yeah. Hello, my sisters. How are you? Can you, oh, look, they can wave at me. Good. So we talked about feel, deal, heal. So how do you feel being in prison? Every day you wake up. What are the feelings that come up for you?
I feel like I'm in a foreign land. Every day you wake up hoping that you're not there.
Okay, wait a minute. Not you, I. Remember, feel it.
Okay. I feel like every day I wake up in a nightmare. Like every day you're reminded, when you wake up here, you're reminded of what you did to get here.
I'm reminded.
Oh, I keep doing it, don't I? I'm reminded.
This is good. This is good. Go ahead.
And it's embarrassing and it hurts. That's how I feel.
So I feel hurt. I feel embarrassed. I feel, say it again?
Pain.
Pain. Yeah.
Yes.
See, but are you aware of how you immediately took your pain and started describing it as if it were outside of you? Every day you wake up and feel. Every day you feel like you feel. And that's what we do. And that's why we can't deal with
Immediately go to third person.
Third person.
Third person.
And pain is what? Pay attention inward now, which means you've got to own whatever it is that's coming out.
Well, you know what? I know that so many people, I purposely, as I said, I wanted to have women in prison, inmates, students from around the world being a part of this, because I believe everybody deserves a chance at a better life.
Yes.
Now, I know a lot of people are watching who are saying, well, you're in prison, you're supposed to be in pain. That's what people want for you.
We're all in prison.
Yeah.
Everybody's in prison. Some of us have a key, and they don't have a key. Because anytime there's anything that keeps you from moving, living, growing, healing, you're in jail. You are in jail. Some of us are in a mental prison. Some of us are in an emotional prison, loving Boo-Boo, and Boo-Boo treats you like an old worn-out shoe, and you love him to death. That's a prison.
That's a prison.
Or feeling like you're alone, like like you have no connection to God. That's a prison. That's a spiritual prison. Some of us, we're in prisons. It's just that we have a key, and we get to choose how we come and go, and our sisters don't. Because at the time they had a key, the pain became so intense that they externalized it. They're not in prison because of what they did to themselves. They're in prison because they externalized their pain.
Yeah.
They're in prison because the pain that they were... Let's get this, everybody, because I'm telling you, if you watch this Sunday night, my interview with Shaquan Dooley, who killed her 2 boys, you will see the pain, and you will begin to understand how the layers of it acted outwardly, put her in the position that she's in. Now, what I understand, and that's why I can interview anybody with no judgment, is because all pain is the same.
All pain is the same.
And we all just do different things with our pain. So, Kat, how bad was your pain that I understand you held 21 people hostage at gunpoint at one time?
Yes. It was extreme. All I wanted, in my perspective, was to be married happily. The day that I committed my crime, things came to a head, and I couldn't deal with it. And when I went into that company, it was to get the truth out of my ex. And when that didn't happen, I was paranoid, and I thought his coworkers were helping him cheat on me or something to that effect. And I knew I wasn't going to hurt anybody that day, but they didn't know it. I caused them, she's right, I externalized my pain. I caused them the pain that I was feeling about my relationship and about my ex.
Okay, now, can I offer you something here? Yes. Earlier when we spoke, you talked about the hurt, you talked about the embarrassment. You didn't talk about the shame and the guilt. And that's what just came up for you. Can you own that? I feel ashamed.
Oh, absolutely. And here I don't
tell me the story. Own the shame. I feel ashamed.
I feel ashamed.
I feel guilty.
I feel guilty.
Yeah. And you call it my pain. It's not your pain. It's a universal experience. Don't own it. Because if you say my pain, my crime, it'll stay with you, and the healing can't occur. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You make the experience universal. You make the feeling your own. Does that make sense? Because sometimes we say, like, my cancer and my high blood pressure and my diabetes. No, it's not yours. That's a universal experience. How are you sitting in it? Because if you own it, it's going to stay with you. So she said, my
okay,
crime.
I'm confused, because shouldn't she own her crime?
She should own what she did.
Okay.
Absolutely. She's got to own that. But so then she'd say, my behavior, my actions, my experience, but not my crime, because when she did it, it wasn't a crime for her. She was experiencing something that she externalized. Now, when she externalized it, it became the crime. That's a universal experience. We commit crimes against each other every day, cussing each other, gossiping about each other. We don't say, my gossip. We don't say that, do we? Well, that's my gossip. Yeah. That's my infidelity. Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
But the things that demoralize and demean us, you know, we've got to look at them as experiences. It was clearly her behavior.
Yes. What I want to do is for everybody to understand that at no time that we're telling other people's stories is it just for us to be, as I said earlier tonight, to be voyeurs in her life or to cause her more anxiety and frustration and crying on TV, but for us to look at ourselves and where are you imprisoned in your own
right pain. And where is your shame, and where is your guilt, and where does it hurt you? Where is your life hurting? Where is it hurting? Everybody's got a pain in their life. And she just, our sister Kat, yeah, just is sharing with us what it looks like when we don't deal with it, when we can't feel it, don't deal with it, and we externalize.
So, Kat, what are you feeling right now? Are you feeling the process of feeling and dealing with it?
Well, yeah, I've had 7 years to deal with it. I still feel a tremendous amount of embarrassment. And here I don't talk about my crime among offenders because I am so embarrassed about what I did.
Why now?
But
Why
I know now not to.
Why are you embarrassed now?
I feel like I tried to let people know the type of pain I was in, but I'm always looked at as being the strong one. And nobody could really understand what I was going through because everyone was like, oh, you'll be okay. But then when I committed my crime, everyone was like, why didn't you tell me what you were feeling?
Yeah.
And I tried, but...
And when you're the strong one, Oprah, people don't give you permission to hurt. They see you bleeding all over the floor, and they're like, oh, please, pick that up. When you are the strong one, and this is what she's saying. So all the strong people out there watching on the Twitter, you know, when you got the world on your back, understand.
You're watching on Facebook. You're just tweeting.
Oh, okay. I did it again. I thought I was social media savvy. But all the strong people, do not allow other people to dismiss, deny, disregard your pain. When you tell them you're hurting, they don't hear it, say it again, and again, and again, and again, until somebody hears it.
We'll be talking back on OWN. Jackie Ryan just wrote on Facebook, I'm tired of being strong, I want to be weak. And Iyanla said that so many of us wear that as our badge. You know, those of you, how many of you are the strong ones?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I believe it, though.
Not good. No,
Not
but
good.
they're saying, yay, you know, strong.
Yeah, why isn't that good?
Because then, first of all, it's probably inauthentic.
Yeah.
You know, that you always put other people before you, but you put yourself last. How you treat yourself is how you treat God. So you're putting God last, because you are the representative of God in your life.
Come on with it.
You.
Boy, that's really deep. Now that just was an aha moment.
You don't have nothing right.
Oh, where's my writing tools, Dean? Now, I've never heard it put that way before.
Yeah, because you are the representation of God in your life. And you put you last and put other people ahead of you, which means you're putting other things and other people ahead of God in your life.
Really?
Yes, really.
But I thought God said, Jesus said, what you do to the least of these and how you treat other people, you treat your brother like yourself.
Okay, that's when you're getting into the service, but in your life,
yes,
you've got to be as good to you as you want to be to God in order to be of service to others in the world.
Thank you very much.
I'll take care of you first.
That I get. So it's not selfish to put yourself first.
No, it's self-full.
It's self-full.
It's self-full to be first, to be as good as possible to you, to take care of you, to keep you whole and healthy. That doesn't mean that you disregard everything and everyone, but you want to come with your cup full. You know, my cup runneth over.
Yeah.
What comes out of the cup is for y'all. What's in the cup is mine. But I got to keep my cup full. My cup has to be full.
I like that.
And so many of us think that, you know, we're going to get brownie points in heaven, like we're going to get to sit in the box seat section, if, you know, if we just give and give and give and give. Now, here's what the Course in Miracles says, which I love. The Course in Miracles says that when you give to others to the degree that you sacrifice yourself, you make the other person a thief. Because when you start sacrificing yourself for other people, you make them a thief, because they're stealing from you what you need and they don't even know it. You are addicted to your story. That's the new drug. The story. Addicted to the story. Who would you be without that story?
I have no clue.
Well, yes, you do. Absolutely. Because it's the thing that you'd be without that story that frightens you. You know how to be an addict. You know how to feel bad. You know how to hustle. You know, you got your racket. You got it down, you know. You got that.
Uh-huh.
Who would you be without that story?
So many people on Facebook and are tweeting us saying the same thing. I'm addicted to my story.
Yeah.
Isn't that what keeps people stuck?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Telling the story over and over and over until you're hypnotized, until you walk that way. I can't get ahead. I'm my own worst enemy. I don't know what to do. I've been this way so long. You literally hypnotize yourself because you begin to believe what you say. And then the negative ego takes it on and makes it your badge, and you wear it.
All right, I'm going to my Skypers. Where are we? Where are we going? From Chicago on Skype. Monique, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Is that true, Monique? Is that true?
Shall we pass we're going to pass the Kleenex around the country. I think we could use Kleenex as a sponsor right now.
Right. Yes.
Yes. All right, Monique, what do you want to say?
Iyanla, my question is, I've definitely been carrying that weight for 13 years. My mom has been deceased for 13 years.
Are you getting ready to tell a story?
Yeah.
Tell me the bottom line. What's your experience?
I feel like every time I think about it, it's too painful. And when I deal with it, it's like taking a sore and ripping it off and opening it back up again. And I've tried to deal with this, and it's like, even when you were mentioning to Steve and you were saying get against your brother's back and your mom is proud of you, you know, I wanted my mom to be proud of me, and she's not here to even, you know, so I can show her that, you know, I've done everything.
You're in your story. Look how you are disintegrating right before our eyes as you speak the things that you say the problem is. It's not that's the problem, boo. It's you telling the story. How can you tell that story in a way that enlivens, invigorates, lifts you up? My mother was here. She was a proud, powerful, strong black woman who didn't take no mess. How about that? And you know what? Even though she's not in the body, she's right here. I can hear her. I can hear her talking to me. I can hear her. That's how you got to tell the story. And when you accomplish something, you say, Ma, did you see that, Ma? Ma, I am on Skype with Oprah right now. I mean, come on.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Go ahead.
My question is, so my struggle is that I've been taught that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. So my faith believed that my mother would be healed. And even when I walked into the room and saw her, I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus, she was healed, but she was laying there dead. So my struggle was, if I'm believing and I'm having faith that the God that healed her 7 years ago, he's going to heal her again, but that wasn't the case.
But you made that up. That was your story. You made that up. You made up. God did heal her. Took her out of the body to a place of peace and power. Oh, she's healed. She's healed.
Go, girl. Wow.
You made up that the healing was going to look like she survived that illness. You made that up. Is that working for you?
That is working all right for me.
It is that you made it up? So don't make that up.
I'm sorry?
Don't make that up anymore. Because you made up that her healing needed to look the way you wanted it to look, not the way God needed it to look.
Wow. How do we get unstuck and tell another story? What is the story we should be telling?
So tell the absolute truth. First of all, you got to look at how you contribute to your pain. You don't have to get stuck there, but you have to own it. Tell the absolute truth about who you are, about what you want, about what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. Tell the absolute radical truth. That's number one. Number two.
Can you do that when you don't even know it, like Steve has been telling
knows his truth.
He's been telling the same story for so long, he thinks that is his truth.
Well, once he stops telling that, the new one will bubble to the surface.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to stop telling that one. Literally have to stop yourself in the tracks. You know, here's a big story I wish everybody, I'm just a single mom and I can't. That story is not helping you. That may be a reality. Here's the principle. State the facts, speak the truth. Here's the fact. I'm raising children without the benefit of a partner. That's the fact. Here's the truth. Right where I am, the fullness of God is, and me and God is a majority. Same story. Do you understand?
Yes.
The other thing is, ask for what you want. This is how you get unstuck. Ask for what you want. Most of us are stuck because we're accepting what comes along, and we don't have the chutzpah, the cojones, the nerve, the guts, the whatever, to ask for what we want. And ask for what you want, being willing to get a no, but then having a clear idea, vision of what you're going to do about it. Finally, get a vision. A vision will pull you out of the story. Don't be walking around, I don't know what I want, I don't know what I want, I don't know what I want. Get some kind of vision. I want to open an ice cream parlor. I want to wake up every morning. The vision will pull you forward. Tell the truth, say what you want, ask for what you want, get a vision, the vision will pull you forward. That's it now. I don't have anything else to say. Goodbye.
All right.
This, state the facts, tell the truth. There's a distinction. State the facts. I love Boo Boo, and Boo Boo makes me feel good. The truth is, Boo Boo's a weasel. Now, weasels deserve love too, just not my love.
Isn't it true? But isn't it true? Isn't it true that so many people stay stuck in the pain, stay stuck in bad relationships because of the very thing that you were sharing about your son? People stay stuck in the relationships because of the idea they have of who the man or woman should be. They have this fixed thing in their head.
It's a picture. There's a distinction between a picture and a vision. A picture is externally generated. A vision is